Okay, this is a very informal and a brief tutorial on how to download and set up Xmeeting for a Mac. We'll first check the version of the Mac, make sure that you are using the correct version. You'll need a Mac OS version of 10.4 or greater, which this one currently has. You'll also want to make sure that you've got the latest version of QuickTime. You can do that by opening QuickTime Player, going to the Help and About QuickTime, and that will tell you your version. Alright, so go ahead and open up a browser, whatever you're comfortable with. This one I'm using Firefox. And in whichever search engine that you're using, we're using Google right here, you're going to type in Xmeeting. The first return you should get will be SourceForge. We're going to click on that. We're going to go directly to the Downloads link on the left-hand side. We're then going to choose Xmeeting software, download the latest version here, and then the latest version is going to be listed at the top. You're going to click on that. It's going to ask you whether you want to run or save the file. You want to save the file to the desktop. I'm going to select OK. And at this stage it would be good to go ahead and close out your downloads window and also your browser window. Alright, so on the right hand side you should see the file that you just downloaded. Double click on that. And if you're only going to use this once, you may just want to run it from this folder that you've opened. If you decide that it's an application you want to keep, then it would be a good idea to take this icon here and drag it over into the applications area. But we're going to run it directly from here. So I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to select open. At this stage I can close that. Alright, and you should be greeted with this very punchy and happy looking flash page here. It's a little wizard. It's going to take you through the setup. You're going to click continue. Go ahead and name this the name that you're comfortable with, ideally your first and last name. You're going to create a new location, and that's going to be the office or the area that you're actually teleconferencing from. The location would be Dr. Smith's office or whatever. And if you know your bandwidth limit, you can select that. If you don't select it, you can choose no limit, and that'll auto scale the speed. If you're on a local area network or LAN at the university, you may want to scale it back to 384, 512, or 768. Alright, so it's going to ask you a series of questions, whether or not it's okay with you if it punches through to make the connection. And what you want to say is yes. And so you're going to allow this action. If you are behind the network NAT, it'll identify that, and it wants you to acknowledge it by selecting OK. And it offers you an option to deal with that. In this case, you probably do not need to use the stun server, and instead you will elect use IP address translation, and you will elect automatically get external IP address and go forward with continue. These will be important for you to enable. It's not important about using the gatekeeper. It's not important for you to use a registrar. Yes, you do want to enable video